One of the big differences, Mr. Singh, between the time when China started the fastest growth that any country has registered in the modern world in centuries, that was a time also where global trade was the flavor of the time. Now we're seeing so many headwinds against global trade. And this is the moment where India is trying to emerge and occupy its space in the sun. Does that then, comparative to China, in your view, put India in a disadvantageous position from a time and space perspective?
No, not really. Because very frankly, there's an advantage which India has, which is decisive over China. First, let's not forget that people who compare India and China forget the fact that important economic reforms began in India in 1991. China had begun in 1973, 1974. We remained trapped in the mindset of an excessively regulated economy till it became impossible to put really the cloak on our crisis in 1991. So let's not forget that. But I think that sharply address your question, there are three important decisive advantages which we now have over China. First and foremost, the most decisive change has been that we have choices and options far more and far deeper in China. The bulk of the investment in India's infrastructure are currently being made. We therefore have an option of the choice of technology, of selecting options which are based on renewable, non-fossil fuel energy, and to harness equally what the technology options have provided in terms of a much higher accelerator in growth. That advantage China did not have, which in terms of the fortuitous circumstances, it has come to India's way. Second, and I think the third, the false dichotomy between manufacturing and trading is far more, and it's only embedded in the minds of some economists. It requires all the three segments. It requires certainly manufacturing in terms of job creation, long-term sustainability. You require, of course, also the growth of the primary and tertiary sector, and the services sector are part of it. So I think that we seek the synergy between the growth multipliers from trade and the growth multipliers from manufacturing. We require the multipliers from the services sector, from the primary and secondary, and the tertiary sector growing in tandem. These are advantages which India will choose decisively.